Hey guys, welcome back to another little mini chit chat video. I'm just adjusting this. Yeah, okay, so I think this is okay. Okay, guys. If you hear that noise in the background, it's my heater. It is freezing, so I apologize in advance. I'm gonna try and speak a little bit louder. I feel like I should have hooked up my mic, but hopefully you guys can hear me and hopefully it'll be okay. Okay, so before we go ahead and get into today's topic, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff. Shout out to everyone who's already subscribed. Thank you guys so much. We do appreciate you guys so much. Shout out to all my Purple Heart members. Sorry about that. Shout out to all my Purple Heart members. Thank you guys for all of your support. If you didn't get a chance to make the live, you guys will see the video once it re-uploads on YouTube. So shout out to you guys in advance. Let me sit up here. I think I need to be a little bit closer so you guys can see me properly. Okay. I think that's okay. Okay, so this morning I kind of wanted to talk about this whole Airbnb situation. I saw it on my feed and I wanted to go ahead and give my feedback on that. Since I've had recent experience with Airbnb, and I feel like, yeah, we can go ahead and talk about that. Okay, so there are a couple issues with the whole Airbnb situation that's kind of negatively affecting that industry, and we're going to talk about it. First thing we're going to talk about is, of course, the greed. There is an element of greed in the situation, and I'm going to go ahead and explain why I say that. When Airbnb first started off, it was supposed to be like the cheaper alternative to hotels. Everybody knows hotels can be super, super expensive, especially since COVID. A lot of hotels, the prices are like up here. And you really do have to shop around for like the best deal. You have to go on all the apps, Expedia, Hotel.com, to really get a good price, like a good hotel price. So when Airbnb started out, it was supposed to be like the cheap alternative to booking an expensive hotel. And for a long time it was. People were doing Airbnb. It was great. Everybody was loving it. And then what happened was what always happens, right? It became lucrative and everybody and their mother jumped on the bandwagon, right? Everybody decided that they were gonna become an Airbnb entrepreneur, that they were gonna make it their mainstream of income. And what happens is you start getting a mixture of people doing this particular industry, right? It's not just, somebody with a condo who just wants to make passive income, so they rent it out like on holidays or like on long weekends or whatever the case may be, or someone has a second property and they decide that they're going to put it on Airbnb, or their kid goes off to college and they're going to rent out the room on the weekend. It became way more than that. People started renting out apartments in apartment buildings that are not supposed to be on Airbnb. They started um, doing all these high-end finishes, like to bring in specific clientele, right? They started investing, making it into an investment property, right? So they were spending tons and tons of money prepping these spaces, and then charging astronomical fees, like amount of money for these spaces, because they've invested all this money and they're waiting for like a return on their income. Well, that's never what Airbnb was supposed to be. And what happens is when you get greedy, people go elsewhere. They're just like, why am I paying $700, $800 for a bedroom in someone's house when I can just like go to the Sheraton or the Hilton or the whatever and get everything that I need for that price? Like, the amenities and the services just did not match the price point. When I was looking for a hotel for our upcoming vacation in January, I wanted to do Airbnb. I wanted to rent a house and do all of that stuff. We were going to do like a huge family thing and all this stuff. So we started looking at Airbnb. The pricing just like blew my mind. Like, for what they were offering, they're charging me their mortgage. I don't want to pay your mortgage. I just wanted to rent a cute space for like 2 days. And they were charging like an arm and a leg. And it was just, I looked in so many different cities. Like we even Ottawa, Toronto. We even tried to do like outskirts, out the way, thinking it would be like less expensive. No. Um, Again, people have put all this money into these properties and are now trying to gain back that income. And it's just like, this is not, no, we're not doing that. So we went and we ended up booking a hotel downtown Toronto. And for the money, I'm getting what I'm paying for. Like, the amenities, we're right by the Rogers Center, we're right by the lake, we have access to everything. We're downtown, right in the heart of the city. And I'm paying for what I'm getting. So that's the number one, right? The greed. People are always they want more. Okay, yeah, you can make this, you can make that. You cannot just turn Airbnb into like your full-time job unless you're willing to do number two. Number two is expectation for services. Like, if you're charging an arm and a leg for these properties, people are going to expect top-notch service. You're going to be expected to be waiting on people. You're going to expect to fix problems as they pop up. Literally, you're going to be expected to be all of the things that they would get at a hotel because you're charging hotel prices. So you have to provide those services. Sometimes with Airbnb, what you'll find is the host is like, they disappear. They open the door for you, they give you the passcode thing, and you don't see them again. What happens when you need towels? You need, we've had like sockets stop working. We've had like, you're missing amenity things like hair dryers. There's no towels. There's toilet paper runs out. There's all these things that pop up during your stay that at the price point you're charging me, they're supposed to be resolved like within minutes, not days, not even hours. Like, you shouldn't have to drive from wherever the heck you're coming from, come to the Airbnb, find somebody to fix the problem, all this other stuff. That kind of stuff has to be in place already. If you're going to treat it like an income property, you need to have those services lined up. You need to have an electrician on call, a plumber on call. You need to have all that stuff needs to be on the go like they would at a hotel, right? Because you're charging hotel prices for no services, right? Another thing, maybe number three, probably still under number two, sketchy locations. Okay. What I mean by sketchy locations is people that are renting out apartments, units that know they're not supposed to be using them on Airbnb. And now you have to do the whole, Magnum PI duck and dive to get into the space. Meet me around the corner. I'm going to drop off the key here. Then you meet me over here. Then the property's over there. What is going on? It's because you can't come through the lobby. You understand? Because the concierge, you're going to be like, what's going on? Too many people in and out, same unit. You know the drill. You get it, right? So I've had issues, I've had instances where people, the actual address registered on the Airbnb is not even the Airbnb. Okay, the Airbnb is in the apartment building where they're at. They rented another unit. They're not allowed to do that. So now I have to, it's weird. Like, you have this address, but it's this address, but then we got to go here. We got to meet you. I don't like that type of stuff. Very sketchy. I had a sketchy encounter like that with a condo owner downtown Toronto. It was crazy. Like, this lady kept wanted me to meet her here, then go there, then go. Finally, to get the little pass key, then you got to go around the back. You can't use the main entrance. She got to open the door. I'm like, what is going on? Like, so that's another thing. Using properties that are not supposed to be listed on Airbnb. So that's like three things that are really affecting the whole Airbnb situation. But number two things is literally the prices and the services that you get. Like, some of these places, what you see online when you get there, it's like not what is listed at all. Like, it's just set up to like low-key scam people. A lot of the times. Oh, and there's another. Ooh, how could I even forget? How could I even forget? We had a couple of cases over here in Canada. I don't know about the United States. We had a couple of cases over here in Vancouver where the host attacked the guest, like literally stabbed up the girl. It was crazy. Like, it was just a random attack. Airbnb, right? So, not vetting the host. A lot of people have like creepy encounters with these people, where you rent the Airbnb and it's supposed to be like hosted off site, but the host is there, won't leave the property, kind of like there with you, and you're just like, this is weird and awkward. Lots of weird encounters. So again, background checks, kind of like with Uber and Lyft, background checks. You have these people, you're renting out the property and they're attacking you during your stay. Random attacks, of all different natures. So that's number four. So there are like four major issues affecting the whole Airbnb situation. I just thought it was, I'd give my feedback on it. Let me know what you guys think. Have you had an Airbnb experience that didn't go so well, or have you had like no problems? I'm sure there are people who've never experienced any issues, but more and more people are starting to really complain about Airbnb. And for me, it's definitely the pricing and lack of amenities and service. Like, I'm not paying thousands of dollars to stay in your basement. I'm not paying thousands of dollars with no concierge, no nothing, right? No nothing, no services, no nothing. And then there's a fifth thing that really, I guess, I don't know if it's just for me, but I'm sure it's not, right? People who have like these super crazy rules as a host. You got to be in at 8 o'clock. You got to this, you got to that, you this, that, the third. It's like you're renting out the space. It's like that landlord that rents out the basement, but they want to like be your parent. And you're like, I'm your tenant, not your child. It's kind of like that too with the Airbnb, with the rules. Like, some people, granted, it's your property, all of that, but you're renting your space out to the public, right? And I'm renting this space for the time allotted to me. So this is my space, right? You shouldn't be like traipsing through, going to do your laundry over there, or walking through. Like, the space that you're renting should not be a walkthrough for the host. Like, I shouldn't be seeing you throughout my stay unless there's an issue and I need to like have it fixed, or there's like, we're not friends, we're not sharing the space, you're not on my vacation with me. What are we doing? So those are some of the issues I've encountered. I've had really nice people, had really nice encounters with Airbnb, but I've had my share of lemons. And when I saw this on my feed, I was like, okay, yeah, I knew it wasn't just me. People are having these experiences as well. So I want to go ahead and talk about that with you guys this morning. Let me know what your take is on this whole situation. I feel like hotels are winning because they understand. They understand the servitude aspect to the business. People are requiring a certain level of servitude when you're renting in a hotel. Like they want what they want. They're paying for access to this, that, and the third. They don't really want to hear excuses and stuff like that. Not at this price point, right? At a certain point, you have to get what you pay for, or it's an issue, right? So I feel like that's why hotels are winning. And I think kind of going into this whole situation, they always knew that the business would come back to them just because they knew that regular people would not be able to keep up the level of service that a hotel provides at an Airbnb, if you understand. They knew that long term, you can't do this forever. For people who go into this just to make money, right? You're never going to be able to stick it out in a customer service based industry because your customer literally comes first, right? That is the cornerstone right there. And hotels get that. So they provide all of the services so they can keep up their clientele and new people coming. Like I have a particular hotel that I go to every year when we go to Niagara Falls. It is expensive, yes, but the service and the amenities is top tier. Like you can't beat it. So we are always willing to pay the price for the experience because it's always worth it. And that's why these hotel chains are so successful and they stay in business a really long time because they understand customer service. They understand providing the amenities and the things that people need. Literally, home away from home. People want it, they pay for it, they want it. And that's just kind of like my take on the whole situation with Airbnb versus hotels. I just don't think the Airbnb um, industry is really sustainable unless you have it go back to what it was, a quick little getaway, quick little spot, inexpensive, close to the amenities that you're going to go to, right? So you're not expecting really anything on site. It's just literally a place to crash in the city, quick, quick little weekend trip or whatever. Airbnb for like longer periods of time where you're renting out cabins and houses and all that stuff. Those always are going to require a higher level of service because they're paying more, they're staying longer, they want more. For a quick little getaway in the city, quick little one night stay over after a game or a concert or something like that, I am not looking to pay you thousands of dollars, right? It's a quick little stay, one night stay, just need a bed, a bathroom, a closet, and we out of here. Not saying you want to live in a dump or you want to sleep in a dump, but let's keep the price point where it needs to be. Let's not get crazy. And if you truly want to have like an income property, have an income property, not an Airbnb. Have an income property that you're renting monthly to clients or whatever the case may be, and get your bag. But this whole overpricing for one night and stuff like that is ridiculous. And that's the main reason why the industry is failing. So let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys so much for those of you who came through. We appreciate your time. Let me know what you guys think about this whole situation. And yeah, we'll catch up with you guys in another video. Stay up and stay blessed. Deuces. Don't know.